If there is one way to capture the inspiring work of teacher Melissa Patterson, it is to watch Yolngu singer Warrnambool hold an audience in the palm of his hand.
Can you feel this country? I can see its face. The Lord of the land, Spirit of place.
Warrnambool, a charismatic musician now in his 20s, was among the first group of teenage indigenous men from Arnhem Land to enrol in the Rom Two Worlds Foundation started by Melissa and her partner Cam in 2011. Rom, a Yolngu word that translates to two worlds, two cultures, two belief systems, involves an educational exchange between traditional indigenous culture in Arnhem Land and non-indigenous culture many thousands of miles away in Geelong. Now in its 8th year, the foundation grew from Melissa's own experiences working in impoverished areas both in Australia and overseas. Melissa's first exposure to such a world came during her travels to Southeast Asia, spending time with young children in orphanages. Then, a few years later, as a teacher, when she had the opportunity to take 6 months leave from her job at Trinity College in Colac to spend time in Africa with the Christian Brothers and Edmund Rice Foundation, teaching in schools in the slums of Tanzania. Melissa ended up working with Emmanuel alumni brother Frank O'Shea in a Tanzania school, the Sion Secondary School, teaching English to a class of 50 students. Melissa was blown away by the eagerness of the children to learn. She recalls how some kids wouldn't take their backpacks off in the classroom because the backpack plus their one book and one pen were their only possessions. Learning English and gaining a good education was the only source of survival. Returning to mainstream Australia and its obsession with materialism was hard. Not surprisingly, Melissa struggled to settle back into Trinity College. Her principal, Damien McHugh, didn't want her to leave, but encouraged her to pursue another project, which saw Melissa take a year's leave to work in the remote Aboriginal community of Warrnambool in the Northern Territory. Warrnambool was tough going and plagued with the problems of a former mission where many separate cultures were forced together. For Melissa, however, Warrnambool proved a turning point. She met her partner Cam, who had taught in Arnhem Land for many years and had an extensive understanding of the Yolngu culture and language. Melissa and Cam had many memorable times working together in Warrnambool, including winning an exchange trip to Italy for a class of 16 Indigenous kids, most of whom had never been on a plane before. The pair later moved to Arnhem Land to teach in Newcastle, where, again, the teaching was challenging but intensely rewarding. Melissa fully embraced the Yolngu culture and was adopted by 2 local sisters who shared their stories and sacred places. This, Melissa says, was where the seeds of the Rom Two Worlds Foundation began. A year before leaving Arnhem Land, Melissa and Cam began to put the foundation in place. As they were bound for Geelong, they selected a partner school there, St Joseph's College, headed by former Emmanuel College Deputy Principal Tobias, who embraced the idea. After relocating to Geelong, the pair converted their garage into an independent living space for the first 4 teenagers to arrive from Arnhem Land for a 12-month residency. Among them was Warrnambool. Since then, the foundation has helped more than 20 young Yolngu men to develop leadership and life skills for their own development and their home community. In 2018, the foundation fulfilled its goal to also cater for girls, supporting 4 young Yolngu women who were working hard to achieve their dreams and already proving to be future leaders for their communities. Melissa and Cam also now have 3 young children, all of whom have grown up with an extended family of brothers and sisters from northeast Arnhem Land. For someone who admits she was unsure about teaching as a career, Melissa has become one of the best stretches from one end of our nation to the
Please
other.
welcome to the stage Melissa Patterson, who will accept the award from the college captains.
Carrying a message, sharing a culture.
I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we are on, the Gunditjmara people. We recognise their continuing connection to their land, waters and culture. We pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Thank you very much to all those that have put together such a wonderful night. I feel very overwhelmed and grateful to be part of it. Congratulations to all the other inductees and young achievers. Firstly, I'd like to thank my mum and dad and family who are all here tonight with me. They inspire me every day and have always been there for me, helping to guide me in the right direction. Each time I came home with an idea about my next adventure, most of them travelling solo, Mum and Dad were the first to support me and encourage me to do what I wanted to do, even though it probably filled them with a world of worry. Now that I'm a parent, I fully understand what they must have been thinking and feeling, and I do apologise for that. And I thank you both for never trying to stop me, but in fact strongly encouraging me to take on the challenge. I'd also like to thank my partner Cam. We are very much in this together, and all that we do and achieve through the foundation is a big team effort. For the past 12 years, we have worked alongside each other, firstly as teachers in remote communities in the NT, and now together as part of the Rom Foundation. This takes a special relationship and understanding of each other to make it work and be successful. We spent a combined 15 years up in the Northern Territory, and together we saw a need and we believed in ourselves. There are certainly times where we ask ourselves why and what would normal life be like, but the positives definitely outweigh the tough times, and it's Cam that always reminds me of this, so thank you. To our 3 beautiful children, they are certainly the shining lights in our life. They've been dragged around the countryside from the day they were born. They've had big brothers and sisters living in our house always, and they don't know any different. That's just how our family is. The door is always open, we say goodbye to some when it's time for them to leave, and we welcome new family in. One of the biggest rewards of the work we do is the extra love that our children get and the love that they give to our beautiful Warrnambool family members. Tonight is a night of inspiration, and I would like to mention the 4 girls that are currently part of the program and are also here with me tonight. They inspire me every day. They are more than 3,000 kilometres away from their families. They have a dream and they've been given an opportunity, and they are 100% making it count. Their goal is to become role models back home, and I know they will be. Cam and I are so proud of these 4 beautiful young women, and they are making their families home very proud too. One person that you saw in the clip that was integral in the initial success of the foundation was former Emmanuel College Deputy Principal, Mr. Tobias. For the first 7 years of our program, our students attended St Joseph's College in Geelong. At the beginning of 2011, we approached Paul about our organisation and what we were trying to do, and from day one, he welcomed the Rom family into the college. We would meet with Paul regularly, and he would say, "What do they need? How can we help? My door is always open." We are very grateful for all Paul did for us in the early years of building Rom into what it is today. My days since being a student here in Emmanuel have certainly been filled with lots of amazing experiences, and I feel very blessed to have established some special relationships along the way. I've learnt so much about the simple things in life and about how lucky I am to have choices and opportunities, but also that we all have the capacity to help others, to reach out and to try to make a difference. Our number one aim is to give young Indigenous students a chance to dream, and then to try and carve a pathway so they can achieve it. We face challenges every day and every week, and by far the hardest part of the work we do is seeking funding to enable us to keep doing the work that we are so passionate about. But we will continue to work hard to provide opportunities to dream big. We are a grassroots, small organisation, but the impact we are having has a large ripple effect that is far-reaching back in Arnhem Land. And you can be part of it too if you've been inspired tonight by the work we do. We invite you to join the Rom Two Worlds family and become part of the journey and help empower the future leaders of Arnhem Land. You can do this by coming along to our major fundraising event, the Two Worlds Festival, which we're holding in March next year. We're always looking for volunteers, or you might just be following us on social media and sharing our story and our message with your friends and family. So to finish off, I'd like to thank you all here for a wonderful night. And I just wanted to leave with a small snippet from the Imagination Declaration that was written by a group of young Indigenous people gathered in Arnhem Land just last weekend. And it was read out by Sienna Ganambar Stubbs, who in Yolngu culture I call Wakul, or daughter, having been adopted by her inspirational mother and educator as her sister. In 1967, we asked to be counted. In 2017, we asked for a voice and treaty. Today, we ask you to imagine what's possible. The future of this country lies in all our hands. We want freedom to be whatever a human mind can dream. When you think of an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander kid, or in fact, any kid, imagine what's possible. Don't define us through the lens of disadvantage or label us as limited. Test us. Expect the best of us. Expect the unexpected. Expect us to continue carrying the custodianship of imagination, entrepreneurial spirit and genius. Expect us to be complex, and then let us spread our wings and soar higher than ever before. Thank you very much.